Hello and welcome to Midday Update. Coming up are the headlines for today. Oman Centre for Governance and Sustainability begins conference. Oman Hospital successfully performs thyroidectomy surgery. Rising gold prices dampen wedding plans. Polls begin to pick new South Korean president. Morocco and US hold dialogue on bilateral ties and regional issues. Ukraine-Russia faces economic crisis due to invasion backlash. West Indies versus England. Bairstow's ton helps visitors fight back. UEFA Champions League. Liverpool advanced despite loss to Inter at Anfield. Those were the headlines. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with the COVID-19 updates and the local stories for the day. Stay tuned to TTV.
The advancement of the Fourth Industrial Revolution has given rise to a digital economy where humans and machines collaborate to leap ahead on innovation and profitability through the use of artificial intelligence. Nebula AI helps the logistics industry to reduce shrinkage, improve forecasting, and automate warehouse logistics through smart warehousing, pallet and packaging detection and analysis, shelf stock reconciliation, route optimization for distributions, and last-mile delivery solutions. AI is changing all the rules of how companies operate. Let us help you get there.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Looking for that ease of living in this beautiful country? Watch our weekly show Tea Talk every Wednesday at 8 p.m. where we'll be discussing latest news, updates, and what's buzzing on the social media.
Welcome back now for the COVID-19 updates. 0 new COVID-19 related deaths have been registered in the Sultanate. The total number of deaths remain at 4,249. Meanwhile, 256 new cases of coronavirus were registered, which brings the total number of positive COVID-19 cases to 385,769. Now for the local stories. Oman Centre for Governance and Sustainability began its second governance conference on Wednesday. The second governance conference begins discussing the governance of public sector companies, the banking sector, investment and financing companies, the insurance sector, the service and industry sectors, Oman News Agency said in a statement. Mr. Hamid bin Sultan Al Busaidi, Executive Director of the Oman Centre for Governance and Sustainability, clarifies in his speech that the Centre plays an active role in consolidating the principles and rules of governance in the work environment of companies in order to be able to compete, reach globalization and keep pace with the goals and vision 2040. He added that the conference will focus on companies, especially those listed on the Muscat Stock Exchange, and their number is currently at about 110 companies with a capital of more than Omani Riyal 3.5 billion. And a market value estimated at Omani Riyal 7.3 million, and it achieved profits last year estimated at Omani Riyal 771 million. Sur Hospital has successfully performed thyroidectomy surgery for a patient using oral endoscopic technique. A medical team at Sur Hospital headed by Dr. Riyad Ahmed, Senior Consultant of Surgery, was able to perform a successful thyroidectomy with an oral endoscopic technique. This treatment procedure is characterized as not leaving a trace of surgery on the neck, Directorate General of Health Services in South Al-Sharqiya Governorate said in a statement. High gold prices are forcing many business owners in Oman to put a hold on their expansion plans and compelling young people to delay their marriages. The jump in prices over the last few days is a knock-on effect of the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, which has impacted the prices of many commodities including oil, food grains and precious metal. Those are the local stories. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with the international news and sports stories. Stay tuned.
The advancement of the Fourth Industrial Revolution has given rise to a digital economy where humans and machines collaborate to leap ahead on innovation and profitability through the use of artificial intelligence. Nebula AI helps the logistics industry to reduce shrinkage, improve forecasting, and automate warehouse logistics through smart warehousing, pallet and packaging detection and analysis, shelf stock reconciliation, route optimization for distributions, and last-mile delivery solutions. AI is changing all the rules of how companies operate. Let us help you get there.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Looking for that ease of living in this beautiful country? Watch our weekly show Tea Talk every Wednesday at 8 p.m. where we'll be discussing latest news, updates, and what's buzzing on the social media.
Welcome back to Midday Update. Now for the international stories for the day. Polls began early Wednesday nationwide to pick South Korea's new president amid a neck-and-neck race between candidates of the ruling Democratic Party and the main conservative opposition People Power Party. The election to select the next president started at 6 a.m. local time Tuesday and will end at 6 p.m. Wednesday at 14,464 polling stations across the country. The voting was extended by 1.5 hours to allow COVID-19 patients and those in self-quarantine to cast ballots separately. Recent opinion polls showed approval ratings within a margin of error between Lee Jae-myung of the Democratic Party and Yoon Suk-yeol of the People Power Party. The Democratic Party supporters wished Lee inherit the current government of President Moon Jae-in. Conservative voters supported Yoon for the transfer of the presidential power to the conservative bloc. The early voting rate hit a record high, topping the previous presidential elections 26.06%. Morocco and the United States on Tuesday held a session of strategic dialogue on bilateral ties and regional issues in the Moroccan capital of Rabat. The dialogue was held by Moroccan Foreign Minister Nasser Bourita and U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman, according to a joint statement. Sherman emphasized the crucial role of the North African country in maintaining regional security and stability, as well as its contribution to peace and prosperity in the Middle East, it said. The two sides also expressed their intent to continue cooperation on issues such as regional peace and prosperity and the development of Africa and regional security, it added. Credit rating agency Fitch says Russian debt default imminent because of sanctions. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky thanked the leaders of the US and UK for banning Russian oil imports in his daily video address. Zelensky called for the war to end through negotiation with Russia, saying the war must be stopped. We need to sit down at the negotiating table, but for honest, substantive talks. In addition, the Pentagon has rejected Poland's offer to send its MiG-29 fighter jets to Ukraine via US airbase in Germany. Poland's offer would have had Soviet-era MiG-29 fighters sent to the US base in Ramstein, Germany, with the planes eventually being given to Ukraine. Poland's Air Force would have then received F-16 fighters as replacements. We will continue to consult with Poland and our other NATO allies about this issue and the difficult logistical challenges it presents, but we do not believe Poland's proposal is a tenable one, Pentagon spokesperson John Kirby said. Kirby said flying from a US base into airspace that is contested with Russia over Ukraine raises serious concerns over the entire NATO alliance. The International Atomic Energy Agency said that the situation of staff at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant was deteriorating, as they have been on duty continuously for almost 2 weeks since Russian forces took control of the area. In other news, Coca-Cola and Pepsi said they were suspending business in Russia. Earlier, McDonald's also suspended operations. Those are the international stories. Now moving on to the sports news. Johnny Bairstow's unbeaten ton helped England fight back against West Indies on day one of the ongoing first test series at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. At stumps, England's score read 268 for 6 with Bairstow at 109 and Chris Wicks at 24 at the crease. After opting to bat first, England got off to a horrendous start as the side lost Alex Lees, Zach Crawley, Joe Root and Daniel Lawrence in a quick succession, and they were reduced to 48 for 4 in the 16th over. Ben Stokes and Bairstow then got together and the duo put on 67 runs for the 5th wicket. But as soon as the duo started looking comfortable, Stokes at 36 lost his wicket to Jayden Seales, and this brought wicketkeeper Ben Foakes to the middle. Foakes played a knock of 42 and he put on 99 runs for the 6th wicket along with Bairstow. In the end, Bairstow and Chris Wokes took England to stumps with 4 wickets in hand. Liverpool are through to the UEFA Champions League quarter-finals, but the English side were given a fright as Inter threatened an upset in the second leg at Anfield on Tuesday. Lautaro Martinez's stunning strike briefly gave Inter hope of a famous comeback, but after Alexis Sanchez was sent off, Liverpool sealed their passage to the last 8. The onus was firmly on Inter after the defeat 2-0 in the first leg, and just for a moment midway through the second half, a famous Anfield comeback of another hue locked on the cards. Lautaro Martinez's stunning strike halved the deficit for the ascendant visitors. Hope did not spring eternal though. It barely lasted a minute. A second yellow card for Alexis Sanchez left Inter down to 10 and uphill task became a mountainous one. Jurgen Klopp brought on his wise old heads in midfield and Liverpool played the game out with a degree of comfort. The Reds, denied by the woodwork either side of half-time through Joel Matip and Mohamed Saleh, and again through Saleh in the closing stages, are through to the quarter-finals. Those were the local, international and sports stories for the day. For more updates, stay tuned and keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.